It helps if you like cats. Well, I went around and picked up my son the other day, and he was just like sat there with a cat in a bucket, going down like.
Are we talking in-game? I was going to say, are we talking in-game? Right. Woo! Jesus Christ. Dave, of all the things we need right now, is Peter sort of like messaging us, saying like animal abuse. I can't do it. Okay.
For a bit of clarity, I went around, picked up my kid. My partner's got 2 cats. He didn't actually have the cats in a bucket. Just like throwing them back down there. No, the cats are safe, very happy, well fed. No, we enjoy the cats.
Put it in a bucket and put it out the window. Like.
He's just putting in some rope and throwing it out the window.
My kid's not the Ted Bundy. He's not like throwing cats out a bloody window or anything.
Hey guys, girls, gamers, nerds alike, and those who found the show by mistake. Welcome to From Dusty Couches to Broken Discs. I'm your host Glenn, and along with my co-host Adam.
Hello.
And my co-host Big Dave.
Hello there.
Each week we look at games old and new, from everything you have been playing to everything you're playing today. And this week we're going for a brand new game for the first time ever on the show. We're going to look at probably one of the most talked about games at the moment, Stray. But before we do start this week's episode, let's plug in that controller, spin that disc, and let's roll those intro credits. So yes, this week we are going to look at our first brand new game that we've done on this show, and we're looking at Stray. Everyone seems to be talking about it. Everyone seems to be playing it at the moment. Adam's probably not played this game.
Except me.
Yeah, thought so. Could you never play games?
Well, buy me a PS5 and I will play it, Glenn.
We've told the fans, if you sign up to our non-existent Patreon, that's not there yet. Just give us some money.
No, shut up, pick another PS4 and be done.
Yeah, Dave should get the PS5 first. You get the PS4. You get Dave's hand-me-down.
No.
So yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So this week we're looking at Stray, and as I said, it is probably the most talked about game at the moment. The reviews for this game just seem to praise it massively.
I'm literally just looking, because obviously I've not been able to play it, so I've been doing a bit of research and looking into the story and just trying to find out what I can about the game, and it's literally like 10 out of 10 on Steam. 98% of Google users like it. 4.8. Like, it's getting so many amazing reviews at the moment.
It really has. I mean, Dave, gonna jump to you first here, because obviously you've played a little bit of the game.
Yeah. I mean,
from what you have played, what have you thought so far?
It's a very pretty game.
It is visually amazing, isn't it?
It helps if you like cats. I went around and picked up my son the other day, and he was just like sat there with a cat in a bucket, going down like.
Are we talking in-game? I was going to say, are we talking in-game? Right. Woo! Jesus Christ. Dave, of all the things we need right now, is Peter sort of like messaging us, saying like animal abuse. I can't do it. Okay.
For a bit of clarity, I went around, picked up my kid. My partner's got 2 cats. He didn't actually have the cats in a bucket. Just like throwing them back down there. No, the cats are safe, very happy, well fed. No, we enjoy the cats.
Put it in a bucket and put it out the window. Like.
He's just putting in some rope and throwing it out the window.
My kid's not the Ted Bundy. He's not like throwing cats out a bloody window or anything. So no, he's
give it time, though.
He was playing the game. He seemed to be enjoying himself, like you say, just like, oh, Daddy, look, the cat's in the bucket. I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And then he walks out. It's got these there's got these little like rat things in it.
Yeah.
This little like robot rats, and then one next minute he's walking around with the cat dead happy, and then these rats appear and rip the cat to shreds. I'm like,
Yeah, they're called
that's a lovely,
Yeah.
lovely game for kids, eh?
they're called Zerks. Yeah, they're like weird little rodent things. Yeah, they're a bit freaky.
But yeah, so like I say, from seeing my son playing the game, I thought, yeah, I might as well give it a go. Tried it. I mean, it's got that like cyberpunk type of feel to it. It's really really pretty. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, it is a really pretty game, and I mean, you know. It's one of them. It really does immerse you into like you say, the life of a cat. I suppose.
It really does.
What can you say? I got to obviously you get to you start off in the beginning of the game and you're in like that little like part of the sewer.
Yeah,
they kind of, from what I've seen, they kind of make it out to be a bit of a utopia, don't they?
Like post-apocalyptic kind of thing going on. Obviously, you got like the robots and things like that. I haven't played too far into the game, so I don't know too much about it really. But from what I've seen, it looks quite good. It looks quite interesting.
I'll go into some more detail for that anyway. I mean, I've not finished the game as of yet. I have sunk about 3 hours into it so far, but because I'm playing it bit by bit, it's really good because I like the puzzles. You know, I love my little puzzle games and things like that, and you know, you've actually got to think certain things through.
Oh yeah, it's just like it's like Assassin's Creed, but you're a cat.
Yeah. Dave has just summed up straight. Thank you, and catch you next time on the next episode.
That's a cat riding
seed.
A cat. A cat fucking riding horseback and just with a like flailing a sword around, throwing coins into the minstrels.
The way Davey's seeing this game is, it's like Puss in Boots to him, isn't it? You know,
it's fucking amazing.
The cat's called Catsio, and it's
exactly.
It's ancient Rome.
No, for me, what I've liked about this game is the story overall is not only like amazing, but it's also tragic as well. Obviously, if you see me looking off to the screen over here, I've got my notes here because I haven't had time to transfer them to my Kindle today. So you're playing this game and you're not really knowing what has happened to the humans. So just before we do go any further, I just have to say though, there may be some spoilers. So I do apologise.
Don't say maybe. You are definitely going to give off
spoilers. There will be spoilers.
What an idiot. An idiot.
Obviously, you're walking around, you get like your little robot friend that follows you around. And then it sort of gets to a point where the little robot that's telling you, it's like it's lost all its memories, it has no idea who he is, why it was made, and you get to a certain point and it realizes the person who made me was me, and I've transferred my human consciousness into this little robot, and it flies around with you, and it does all these little bits and bobs, and you have to find certain elements in the undercities and things like that, and you find posters or like a postcard, and he starts to remember what it was like to be human, but he can't feel emotions. And I think that was really good because obviously even he doesn't remember what happened to the humans. No one remembers how all the humans died. All we know is that we are in this big giant walled city. I think at the start of the game it doesn't really explain that until you get further up the levels of this walled city, because where I'm up to, I've just found out that the city is called Walled City 99, which gives us the idea that there was more than one walled city. Now, this is very reminiscent of, have you guys seen the news lately that in Dubai they want to build a wall city?
Saudi Arabia.
Is it Saudi Arabia? Sorry, I got the place wrong.
Yeah, but to be fair, President Trump wanted to do that.
No, he wanted to divide.
No, he just wanted to build a wall.
Fuck's sake, Dave!
He got there first.
This was a wall that people could live inside the wall. Okay?
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do with America. Americans could live inside the wall, obviously. If you're an American cat, you can live inside the wall.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
I should have said earlier, I've had a few drinks today. So.
You can tell how, look how happy he is with that.
He is. The only thing is, this game gave us something quite different to what we used to. Is we got to play this from, obviously we've said it in Toy Story, it was great because we got to play it from the perspective of the toys. Everything was dead low down and things like that. This, we got to play from the perspective of a cat. And with the, I'm not sure what it's like on the PS4, but with the PS5 and the haptic feedback controls, as you're purring and things like that, or you're clawing at the carpets, you can feel it and you can hear the purring when the cat's asleep. It's great. I just love the actual. Not only does the game look really nice and play really well, I think it's more interactive with its haptic feedback, and you're actually feeling for the cat sort of thing. It's great. When that cat goes to sleep, you're sort of like, oh, you put the controller on your chest like the cat's actually there, and you're like, oh, that's nice. You know?
I was going to say he puts the controller somewhere else.
No,
Like,
I tried to put it next to my cat, and my cat just wasn't having any of it. It was just like, what the fuck's this? Get it out of
I mean, they clearly the guys who made the game. I mean, they clearly love cats. I mean, every detail is so, you know, it's spot on. I mean, even like you say, my partner's cat. You're looking. He'll come in the room and like he'll stare at something for ages, and then he'll try and usually fail, like trying to jump on top of the wardrobe. He'll jump at it, fall off, crash, and walk out the room like defeated. But even the cat in this game, he kind of like, he looks at things, you know, like sizes them up whether he can jump on it or not, and you know, stuff like that. And then he slaps on his little fanny pack, and then this goes wandering around with a jump. Great game. Great game. It genuinely is like a little fanny pack he's got on his back.
It is, yeah.
Sure can I put a fanny pack on there?
Well, I know you're a fan of a fanny pack, so you'll love this game.
It also gave us something that furries have been asking for years, a meow button. You can just walk around and meow whenever you feel like it. It's great. It's just go meow. It's like, yes. I just sat there and just kept spamming it for about 20 minutes. Just like, this is so much fun. Why am I just sat here meowing? It was one of those. I don't know why. It just entertained me, you know.
So obviously I've not physically played the game myself, but like I said, I have done a little bit of watching playthroughs and doing a little bit of research to try and find out about the game.
Yeah.
And same as what Dave said before, like I've been blown away visually by the graphics in the game. The art style is mint. I've talked about on previous on previous episodes that I love neon stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's that cyberpunk stuff, isn't it? Obviously,
yeah, the aesthetics of this game are like very much up my alley, and the realism as well, that they've like the attention to detail and the realism that is in this game is madness. Like the detail on the cat, the way the cat walks, the way the cat runs, even like you know, like in a game normally, like a cat, not a cat, but a character fucking goes ballistic and just runs full pelt forever. The cat runs, from what I've seen, but doesn't like frantically run like stupidly. He just kind of like
like how you watch a cat on the street and it runs. It's like that.
But it's from what I've seen, it's all the movements are super realistic, like really down to a T. Like they've really gone to town on the details.
I mean, just touching on that as well. I mean, even like the facial features and stuff like that. I mean, the eyes, like the whiskers, you know, everything is spot on. It's mad.
And what I liked as well is that I watched a bit of a playthrough, and at the start, I love that, as you mentioned before, it kind of, you see this cat family just like getting about, playing with each other, all nice. And it kind of is made out to be a bit like a utopia with all the lighting and everything. And then next thing they go for a little, like, let's get about, let's go for a little wander. And then obviously the cat,
and then it all goes to shit.
Fucking misjudges his jump like a dickhead and falls down the side.
Like cats do, yeah.
But what I loved how they managed to like introduce the drama into the game right at the start, right? But that they didn't go over the top with it. So the cats are all looking like but they're not like, you know, in a game normally they would be going mad. They'd be like, oh no, he's gonna die! Ah, the other cat.
Like some sort of Disney, like a Disney movie where they're all panicking, like, get some sticks and save the cat.
But because these cats are realistic, they're kind of just looking down, confused, like
don't give a shit.
What the fuck are you doing?
It's a cat. They don't give a shit.
Like a real cat.
Yeah.
It was like
They're kind of just looking like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I'm surprised he didn't go and start hitting them off.
You know, the Lion King, that like, Scar, brother, help me.
Just another cat comes down and release, long live the king.
Yeah, pretty much, he wants us the Lion King. And he's thrown down into his little pit of hell.
Fucking hell, Dave. The listeners that we've still got at this moment in time are all traumatised now because they're getting flashbacks of Lion King.
They should definitely have done that though. Someone should have come down and like put the paws on, like, I'll save you, and then gone, ha ha.
Or like one cat just come down like real cats do and just sort of got his paw and just went on the head like that. With those who were listening, I just sort of like reenacted what a cat would do when it gets annoyed and it just starts attacking you for no reason.
I mean, just touching on the whole, like the actual environment and stuff like that, it really reminded me. I don't know if you guys have seen the anime Battle Angel Alita. It really reminded me of that. Really, the whole world, because you've got that kind of class system with the robots, where you've got the robots that are living in the slums, and then you've got the ones that are living in, like, is it Midtown? Or,
you've got like the mid area, and then you've got at the top of the wall as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like obviously the robots are taking on the human qualities. So I mean, and obviously the human like traits and things like that, and it's one of them really. You do really have this class system where, like, obviously you've got like the the upper class robots and stuff like that, and then you've got all the other ones just throwing the shit down to the to the slums and things.
Don't you feel that still shows what society's like today as well?
Well, yeah.
If we lived in a walled city, that's exactly what it would be like.
True. I mean, even from years ago, we've had the whole class.
We'd be lower down than the cats.
Yeah, we.
Deeper than shit.
Yeah.
We're podcasters, guys. We're scum. We're at the bottom, right? Yeah. That's where we belong, on the bottom of the world, like the lowest of the low. That's where we are.
I mean, some of the characters as well. Like, you've got you've got one of the robots that looks like Doc Brown from Back to the Future and stuff like that. And he's even got the wires out of it, like for the hair and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the really nice little touches.
It is full of like little references like that. It references a lot of games as well. Like at one point, because you can talk to the robots. I stopped by. I think I was in like I think it is actually called Midtown or something like that.
Yeah.
And I jumped on the bar and I'm talking to some guy, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I used to own a bar. Then I took a screwdriver to the kneecap." And I'm like, "All right, a bit of a Skyrim reference there. Nice. But obviously, even the cats that it was inspired on are also sort of pop culture reference, because it's based on two cats called Murtar and Riggs. So, you've got your Lethal Weapon in there as well. So, I mean, it's really good.
Nice.
I think that's really good that the way, that they've taken all these different aspects of pop culture as well and sort of merged it into this, which has made it that bit more appealing in a way. And I think it's nice that this is a game. I know some critics have were divided on the combat system and the stealth sequences. Where's the combat? Because there was like a tiny little section where I had like a big light that just destroyed things, and that was it. That's not combat. To me, that was.
So you can't fight those things that chase you, the little rat things.
No. It's more like you're just running away, really. It's just like...
Right. Yeah, it is just a matter of survival.
That's one of the drawbacks that I've heard though about. Sorry, Glenn, to jump in there.
No.
Is because you've got to do like the running away apparently. So again, I've not played it, so I can only go off what I've seen. But you can't just jump willy-nilly. You can only jump when you get to certain areas, points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently when you frantically try to run away and you try to find this exact part of some board or some surface that you can jump off, apparently that can get really frustrating.
There are bits like that, I will agree with that, yes. Especially when, like you were saying, Dave, your son was getting attacked by the Zerks and obviously just died. There's a big section where you are in a sewer system, and there's just hundreds of them. And one of the trophies or achievements on the game is literally get through the sewers without using this giant torch to kill them. And I don't know how that's possible, because I ran around a corner and there was just like 1,000 of them come running at me, and I'm like, yeah, no, it ain't gonna happen. Honestly, they just come out of nowhere. Some of it is sort of a strategic way of thinking. You have to sort of, but you've got to be quick. Because you're running down, it's sort of like you're on a track. You're running down a path. You can turn around if you want to, but if you do, you're dead. But it'll give you 2 paths, and if you pick the wrong one, they all come running down the wrong path. So obviously you've got to be like a cat and quick on your feet and think quickly. And I think that's what they've done, is obviously this combat system is they haven't given you the ability to actually fight anything, because you're a cat at the end of the day. A cat, if it is going to be attacked by a swarm of rats.
Cats fight outside my fucking window all night long.
Oh yeah, the cats do nothing but fight. The amount of times I've seen us fluff flying through the air, and I was like,
At 3 a.m. every day, all I hear is cats fighting outside.
the end of days.
Catageddon.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Where's the realism, guys?
And if they're not fighting, the fucking there's a girl cat trying to court all the guy cats over.
My girlfriend's cats are like that at the moment, and obviously she's got kittens as well, and it's just, they're everywhere. It's just sort of like, yeah, sort of can see the fighting thing. Yeah, probably. All right, I agree with you on that one. But again, Dave, for you, I know music always plays a very big part for games for you, and this was great because it was a very original score for the game, and I think it's, like you say, it's got that whole neon sort of aspect to it, especially there's a bit where you go into a nightclub and you've got that sort of neon rave techno sort of feel to it as well, and your cat can get up on the DJ decks.
I know.
And actually like spin the decks. It is great, honestly. Nothing has made me happier than being a cat. Spinning some decks.
I just saw Adam's face then, and I could tell when he was sold on the game. As soon as you said cats on decks.
Adam's like, I'm buying that right now.
There was actually a moment where he just his face just
Oh god.
Oh god, he's sold.
But it is a very nice looking game. It plays really well. Again, we've touched on it. I like the cat gameplay. I think it's nice. You know, you're not like this big massive. You know, end of the world games. When we look at them, like post-apocalyptic, we look at things like Resident Evil, The Last of Us. You know, it's all about survival. This isn't. This is, in a way, it is surviving, but you're a cat. And you're not fighting for your life. You are literally just walking around, climbing some rooftops, taking a nap on some random bed and rubbing your head between the robot's legs. You know,
So is the cat not trying to find its way back to the family that it fell away from?
No, that's the weird thing. You're not trying to find your family. You just start wandering. Next minute, this little robot asks you to go and do all these little jobs for it, and then you become enslaved by a robot. Technically. It's Assassin's Creed with slavery in it.
Is that how the game ends?
No, I don't know how it ends. I've not got to the end yet. All I know is that the seal on the wall opens up, and next minute everyone sees sunlight. That's it.
I'm gonna say the cat is probably trying to get back to his family, but Glenn's just making up his own fucking storyline.
Well, no, because you've got to go to his place to put a satellite up, and then you've got to go and get the subway reactivated. Then you go and spin some decks.
Yeah, but they've got they've got to make a game out of it, haven't they? They've got to throw some shit in there. But at the end of the day, he's probably trying to get back to his family. You can't just...
Did you see the cat in Homeward Bound spinning decks? Because I didn't.
No, but the whole thing is like literally he fell off that pipe and he just climbs back up and he's with his family and then it's just end.
Tech demo.
Years making this game. I mean, I remember seeing demos and shit for this thing probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, they started. Well, that's the thing. They started development for this game in 2015.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the trailer for it. I think it was when they announced the PS5. I might be wrong. I vaguely remember seeing the trailer, and I think I was in my old house. I know that, and it was during like a lockdown sort of thing. So it could have been first lockdown or second lockdown, because I'm pretty sure for third I was in my new house at the time. So, you know, I'm trying to remember where things were. sort of 2020 was a bit of a blur, right? Let's just face it, for everybody. But I do remember seeing the trailer for it and thinking at first, it looks alright, but I'm not going to be paying 50, 60 quid for the game when it comes out. I'll wait. And then the next minute they go, oh yeah, it's going to be one of your brand new games on the new PlayStation Plus. Sold. I'm having it. I'm on. There you go. I'll take it because I'm not paying full price for it. I mean, at the end of the day, playing the game now, I probably would have parted with 40 quid for it.
It's just mad though that
because it's in it like a 2-hour game.
You can do it on a speed run in 2 hours. But if you want to explore properly and have a full, like I say, I'm 3 hours in. I'm not even to the top of the wall yet. I'm at the upper class area, but I've actually enjoyed it. So I don't feel like I've wasted my time playing the game. I've bought games in the past. I mean, I know we're going to be doing an episode on it at some point. Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. I bought that game day of release and completed it in the time it took me to pack my bedroom up and move house in one night. Because it was that short. And I paid full price for that. So, I mean, this, I've had a couple of days on it where I haven't rushed it. And I've actually enjoyed it. So
I'm just kind of curious where they could go. Like, I mean, do you guys see a future of these type of games? Like, I mean, would you like to see a dog version of this, or like a pigeon, or
fucking pigeon?
No, but it's realistically. I mean, you say that, but why a cat? So, I mean, why not a pigeon?
I'd play the pigeon one.
You just want to shit on stuff.
Fucking hell.
Sitting on top of...
You heard it here first, folks. Pigeon Simulator is coming.
They should do that on you know that flight simulator? They should do it so you can fly around as a pigeon. And I'd fly to Dave's house on it and shit on it.
Just fucking ruin my day. No, but I mean, that realistically, you've got games like that. I mean, you've got Goat Simulator, haven't you, and stuff like that. I mean, you've even got like the third one of that coming out soon.
We do need to do Goat Simulator at some point. We need to play it because that game is just amazing.
Again, my son fucking loves that game.
I'd love to. What I would like to see is the cat sort of like do like a whole Avengers style and just start bringing in other animals. You've got the goat from Goat Simulator, you know. It's just sort of like the cat's there running along and just all these other animals are running along with it. So throw Zoo Tycoon in there, you know, chuck it all in. Let's just actually, you know what? Other animals would actually be quite fun. Like because like it says that it's Wall City 99. What happened to all the other ones? How many is there? Maybe there's other animals in there, you know. Stray with a rhino, you know. Let's see what's going on.
That'd be a bit shit, to be fair. But at least the pigeon could like properly explore and stuff like that. He just wants a rhino to trash through it. Like a rhino spinning decks.
That'd be sick.
That would be amazing.
Oh, fucking hell.
Jesus.
Fucking hell, right. We got some DLC fucking content here, guys.
We definitely need to get onto fucking like Blue 12 Studio and just be like, yo, right, we've got some ideas for some content, okay?
You heard it here first.
We've got a sequel in mind.
Yeah, but if the cat version's called Stray, what would the rhino version be?
Big angry cunt.
It's demolition.
Rhino decks.
Just make a DJ game with a rhino. That's all we want, right? If somebody can make that game, right, bring back DJ Hero, but you can change your persona. You can be a rhino, a giraffe, you know, all these different things.
I'd love if they had that scene of just like, you know, Ace Ventura coming out of its ass. Ace Ventura too.
Yeah, you should do that with a cat. So the cat gets in the rhino, starts riding around the town, and then the cat comes out the rhino's. That's the only way to get out. Starts overheating and comes out of his arsehole.
Just the cat coming out going, warm!
It was him all along. It's like, Stray 2. Oh, sorry boys, I went off on one there.
Those people have tuned in thinking, fucking hell, they're going to review Stray, they're going to tell me how good the game is. Yeah, rhinos spinning decks.
Shitting out people and cats.
Cats coming out of rhinos' arse. It's like...
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh. Do you want to say anything else about the game?
I think I've said enough.
I think we should just end it there. We ain't topping that.
I have obviously got some things that people have mentioned about the game as well. So I do apologise. I'm just going to quickly try and cycle through them. But I've got a friend that I work with called Nat, who he said that he loves his game. You know, he's showing me pictures of his cat watching the game play. And when the cat went to sleep, his cat did the same thing. He's got a little ginger cat as well. So it worked out quite well. I'll try and get the picture off him. For those that are watching, I'll stick it here. Be a bit weird if I just message him now and go, yeah, mate, can you just send me a picture of your cat? But yeah, I'm trying to look at... Sorry about this, guys. I am not prepared today at all.
This is terrible, Glenn.
I know. Yeah.
Right, okay, so I've got Simon Careless who's put... Just love it. Check out my screenshots. Okay. I've also got Sharon who has put, it's ace, even for someone like me who doesn't play games but loves kitty cats. Takes a bit of getting used to, but the gameplay and controls aren't too hard and the graphics are good in my opinion. I enjoyed my first play, an hour passed in no time. So, I mean, we haven't got many of Stray because obviously not a lot of people have played it just yet. So those are the three that we have got, and like I say, you know, again, people that haven't played games for a long time are playing it just because, oh, it's a cat. That's the appealing thing of this game, is you're a cat. That's its selling point.
It says a lot, doesn't it, when, like, sorry, I've just forgot her name then at the end.
Sharon.
Said that Sharon. Yeah. Shannon? Sorry.
Sharon.
Right, Sharon. Sorry, I've not slept. Like she said, she hasn't played for a long time, and she's able to just get this game and pick it up and play it because it's not that hard to play. Like that's the beauty of it, is like how simple it is. So it's like not only is it aesthetically beautiful, but the game itself is super simple. Like, so it just means that anybody, even kids, as Dave said, like his son plays it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so appealing and why it's getting such good reviews, because no one's left out.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of bringing everybody in, you know. You don't just have to be a lover of cats, you know. You can be a gamer who wants to play something quite nice. Let's face it, as gamers, you know, we don't always want to go for the hardest game out there. We don't always want the challenge. Sometimes we just like to just chill and wander, especially for you guys at the moment as dads. Adam, you're a new dad. Dave, you've been a dad for a while. You know, games where you don't have to sit and struggle to get through it anymore are quite nice to play.
If I had to play a game where I had to think right now, I would probably, my brain would explode. Like...
It's like I'm at that point, and I think I've said this before, that I'm at that point. Obviously, we work all day. We've got full-time jobs. It's not as easy like we used to be able to come home and literally sit in front of your PlayStation in your underpants and play your games. Now you've got commitments to things. I play everything I possibly can on easy because I like the story. I'm going for the story. I'm not going for the challenge. I'm not going for the best stuff. Unless it's certain games will, don't get me wrong, like Borderlands and things like that. I'll whack that up to the highest difficulty and run through it because that is a game that you prefer a challenge on. But those story-driven games at the moment, I prefer to just play it on a lower setting so I can enjoy the game, get through it, actually have fun playing it, and not be logging on at stupid o'clock at night when I just want to unwind for a little bit and it'd be extremely difficult. This game does that. It ticks all those boxes. You can log on. You can just run. If you just want to wander around the city as a cat, do it. You want to go and do the story, go and do it. And that's what's amazing about this game. And I think maybe it will have potential for a sequel in the future.
Yeah, a pigeon. I told you.
Maybe the pigeon can be like your best friend that comes along. Now, at the end of the game, when the wall city opens, just this random bird comes in like, "Kitty cat, we need to save the world. Follow me."
It's going to turn into the Transformers, isn't it? Like the Power Rangers, sorry, with the morphing, and like the pigeon's going to pick the cat up, and like they're going to become some sentinel being.
When you said Transformers at first, I thought you was going to have like the cat at the very end. This is a message to all my fellow cats out there.
I don't know why I thought it was like it's morphing time.
Yeah, that's what I meant originally. Sorry, the Power Rangers. You know where
bloody Rhino comes running along. His arms folded.
You know the Megazords, like the eagle comes and lands on top of the fucking on the tiger. That's what's going to happen with the pigeon and the cat.
me, like Glenn was saying, a fucking rhino's running, he trips over, crashes into the ground, a cat flies out of his ass and turns into a pigeon.
Exactly.
Beautiful, eh? Beautiful.
Yeah, Dave, that's just got to be the picture for this week. Is the rhino, the cat, and the pigeon, Animorphs or something, you know?
This is evolution at its finest.
I think before we spiral even more out of control, we should start to end this week's episode. Because it is a new game, we haven't gone for a quiz this week, just because obviously we wanted to talk about the game as best we can, because obviously we're still out there, we're still playing it. We're still
Yeah, I know. And us.
Yeah, and us, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to end this week's episode. Like I say, if you've got anything you want to say about any games that we are going to be playing in the future, the email address is down there, and it's dusty2broken@gmail.com, and that's the number 2 for those that are listening. And obviously that subscribe button does keep popping up in the bottom corner as well for those that are watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little bell button, you get notifications. I didn't know that, but yeah, hit that little bell button, you get the notifications.
Even we haven't hit the bell button, Glenn.
Well, we don't need the notifications. I text you when the videos are on. You get personal notifications.
just wait till it end.
Okay. Yeah. But for now, we are going to end this week's episode there. I've been your host, Glenn. He's been Adam. He's been Big Dave. See you next time on the next episode of From Dusty Couches to Broken Discs.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. You know what I loved? Glenn tried to make out that he no longer sits in his pants and plays on his PlayStation. When I used to sit in my boxes and play. Shut up, Glenn. You've got no boxes on now.
I've got jeans on! We have guests!
I could see the sizzle coming from his underpants at the minute. You know when you got those heat waves, it's just coming off Glenn's crotch.
We have guests! Of course I've got trousers on.
He's just sat in there with a cat on him right now.
Stroke that pussy.